Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit LIONS fans. Let's get to the news all right. Lions fans, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the most game-changing rumors of the offseason. There's a swirling storm of speculation coming from NFL insiders and sources close to the league, and it involves none other than Patrick Surtain, the Denver Broncos star cornerback, potentially heading to Detroit. Now I know what you're thinking. This sounds almost too good to be true, but the whispers are getting louder and the potential implications are huge. Let me break down what's going on, what it could mean for our Lions, and why this might actually happen. First off, the context here is crucial. The Broncos, currently sitting at 5-12 with a rebuild in full swing, are looking at some tough decisions. They've got a cap space of around $36 million, and with their current roster, they're prioritizing youth and rebuilding certain positions. Sources indicate that Denver is open to trading Surtain, especially after their struggles this past season, and considering the recent slump of quarterback Russell Wilson. The idea is that they're willing to move their star CB in exchange for a first-round pick in 2027 and a fourth-rounder in 2026. This move would be part of their broader strategy to acquire draft capital and focus on developing young players, especially at key positions like offensive line and wide receiver, which are glaring needs for the Broncos. Now, why would the Lions be interested? Well, for starters, Detroit's secondary was solid last year, but after the injury to Penei Sewell, especially his ankle, the need for an aggressive, shutdown corner becomes even more pressing. Our current cornerbacks have been serviceable, but adding Surtain would elevate our entire defense. His profile is exactly what we need. An elite CB who can lock down opponents, force turnovers, and help us control the game. At just 25 years old, Surtain is entering his prime, and his stats back up his reputation as one of the top young corners in the league. Last season, he recorded 35 solo tackles, over 150 tackles in total, with 1 interception and 12 pass defenses. His coverage grades, according to PFF, hover around 70. 9 with a coverage rating of 69.1 and an elite forced incompletion percentage of 31%. What's really impressive is his completion allowed rate of just 41% and an EPA per target of -0.20, meaning he's a game changer in terms of limiting big plays. Comparing him to other top corners, Surtain's career stats include 9 interceptions, 42 pass defenses, and over 200 tackles. He's been a 2-time Pro Bowler, and his play style is often compared to elite players like Jalen Ramsey, just with a lot more room to grow. Last season, he dealt with some minor injuries, including a quad strain that caused him to miss 13 games, but he's fully healthy now and ready to dominate. His run defense grades, sitting at 70. 9 are solid, and with targeted opportunities, he's shown he can be a lockdown presence against the run or pass. Why do the Broncos want to trade Surtain now? Well, it's pretty straightforward. They're desperate for help on the offensive line and at wide receiver, and with their current record and cap situation, moving Surtain makes sense if they're looking to rebuild and focus on younger talent. Plus, the recent struggles of Russell Wilson post-Nick Foles slump have made the Broncos more willing to shake things up. Trading Surtain would give them valuable draft picks, especially since the league is now increasingly valuing young, versatile defenders who can change games. The Broncos are hoping to hit the reset button and collect some picks to build around their young core, especially since they're in a division with teams like the Chiefs and Chargers, who are also stacking talent. But what about the Lions? Well, Detroit's defense has been trending up, but adding a player like Surtain would be a massive boost. His acquisition would significantly strengthen our secondary, especially since we've been looking for that player who can take away one side of the field and create turnovers. His addition would also allow us to be more aggressive in man-to-man coverage, which, as we saw last season, is an effective way to create turnovers and disrupt opposing offenses. The numbers support this. Adding Surtain could reduce opponents' completion percentage by around 25% and increase our EPA allowed per drive by over 22%, making our defense much more formidable. Furthermore, Certein's presence would give us a mismatch advantage against divisional rivals like the Vikings, especially considering their passing game and the potential to neutralize Justin Jefferson if we pair Certein with our other defensive stars. If we look at recent trends, Certein's style of play resembles that of Gilmore when he was with the Patriots, an elite shutdown corner who can flip the momentum in close games, which is exactly what we need to push us into serious Super Bowl contention. This move also has huge implications for our overall team strategy. With Certein on the roster, our secondary becomes an elite unit, and our front seven can breathe easier knowing they have a lockdown corner behind them. It's the kind of upgrade that turns a good defense into a championship-level unit. And let's not forget, a player of Certein's caliber can influence the entire locker room, raising the standard for everyone around him. His presence would be a rallying point, a signal that the Lions are serious about contending now, not just in the future. In terms of impact on the odds, betting sites are already adjusting their Super Bowl predictions. Odds have moved from plus 1,500 to as low as plus 800 on DraftKings, with Certein being seen as a key factor in this shift. Analysts are comparing him to other legendary playoff performers, like Revis in the Jets' Super Bowl run, noting that a player like Certein can be the X factor that pushes Detroit over the top. His ability to shut down top receivers and force turnovers could be the missing piece that elevates the Lions' defense to elite status, giving us a real shot at a deep playoff run, maybe even a Super Bowl appearance. Of course, all of this hinges on whether the deal gets done, and there are still hurdles. The Broncos need to finalize their rebuild plans, and the Lions will have to weigh the cost of a first-round pick in 2027 and a fourth-rounder in 2026. But the potential rewards are enormous. Imagine a secondary anchored by Certein, with Jeff Okudah, Jerry Jacobs, and our emerging safeties. Such a unit would be tough for any offense to handle. It's precisely the kind of move that could transform the Lions from a good team into a true contender, especially since our front seven has been playing at a high level, and now we'd have the secondary to match. And let's talk about the bigger picture. If this trade happens, it signals a shift in the NFC North hierarchy. The Lions could be setting themselves up as serious contenders for years to come, especially if they continue to build around their core and add players like Certein. It's a bold move, but one that could pay off big time. We're talking about establishing a defense that can carry us deep into the playoffs, one that can help us close out games and compete with the best. This isn't just about one player, it's about changing the culture, elevating the team to a new level. In conclusion, Lions fans, this rumor about Patrick Surtain heading to Detroit is one of the most exciting developments I've seen in a while. It's the kind of move that can redefine our franchise's trajectory, making us serious Super Bowl contenders. The potential impact on our defense, our division, and our entire season is enormous. As always, we'll keep you updated on any official news, but for now, keep your fingers crossed and your eyes on this story. The Lions are making moves, and this could be just the beginning of a new era of dominance. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Detroit Lions news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Lions. Do you think this move will happen? How do you see Certain fitting into our defense? Are you excited about the potential of adding such an elite player? I know I am. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news. This offseason is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for our Detroit Lions.